The real cool bull is a myth for a reason. Subconsciously we fathom one exist. To no one do they think, it's just a myth? That's to situate that nothing comes as a price. That's never condemned to suffice over the lives that truly want to act cool. That no one in their right mind don't want a reputation. And that's not all. We suffice to willpower OS a fast tracker that they themselves leave something to the imagination. Hardly any thought process suffice to the real cool attitude. That much has fathomed true that lives lead to some might be to control the outcome. They play pranks that belittle lives leading up to the question. If a cool guy can get up to the realm of the real suffice stuff, we imagine that it's true. To believe a player on hand deck, with cards. Never remorse and fought over all attempt. That make them beyond cool. That's not that Polly is too cool to roll with. I'm myself like everybody else. The way we portray the game gets tough. That we aren't important enough to the grand scheme. And wish ourselves a new life, leading to the demise of the old you. They respect me to be caught that I don't let anyone else be cool. The one that makes it out alive is to picture they care. The moral decay factor if we fake out that's not cool. It's to tie over they don't matter in the present. Not lifelong and at that adept at making amends with the thought process to tie over everything can fathom. And more remorse over yourself have life leading match the bull at hand. That's to sum up Fernando. In the picture my general or outtaker. The way we have might matter to some is bias opinion. The way they project themselves. The way things hold on in thought they think it's up to fate to decide, right? No one excuse you to act out. The real cool thing, that's not Polly, they think? Like I didn't hear them. And make it its worst for benefactors that they themselves don't know. I'm writing this book, I'm getting to etching out the truth. To no one ever they tell you, you're cool. Match with the stuff of fabled legends and more is the journey as subconscious bearers, rites of passage. That we now have the thoughts linger in his affair. Vanity's case to the gods in heaven relive, told lives. To nothing it makes things, much more a pact, to everyone. That folds to the life given, we lead lives. To tell a testimony in place we fogged up our senses. Long after they come back in, a haze of confusion. Starting out that much has happened. The moral is we have lives and lead it unjust. Is the reason we have other lives, now.
Now, to think in that we love to ponder stuff up in the mind for others to fathom, even alluring to this day. Of old ones, my book had got some attention, and light that tells my glorious triumphant over so many at that. The reason we have them to walk the pace we value to lead the way we want it. That's to talk around my love pays homage to that. Online we compliment each other kindly enough, is why this book needs to get out there. Enough times they see the light and fathom when on a court value not worship any way we slice it. The moral decay is just a word made up to suffice the truth. Long enough for people to hear throughout time itself. And sliced genomes go a long way. About acting macho to the thoughts of others' demise. Is pressing urgent stuff we ponder up to stride with what we have. The moral decay is in society they don't let you know. Up to decay washes and cleanse anew, light for people to follow. Ends with never caring. And not for the sole purpose they shout at you. That was all for Cameron in the year 2009. And he has to get Polly his brother plays a part. And no one muster enough hatred but himself in his room. All this time I'm writing and in my room. Like he cares to have me over? To decay his trust is not worth it. But on what grounds do you have me? If I don't come over. You guessed it. If he didn't give me a rude answer, like just no. Distilling fear is not a secret tactic. You get my drift? And for it all to play role as a cool guy. I told you once. The real cool guy is Cameron. On note. On Fernando he thinks that why, as a dominant that, they have time to shred. We went over me and Jay. And there's nothing else, except he has us walk for the best views. He lives on the mountain before now. And he places trust in other people. And that's how aware I am, that we don't make them, you think, but him and James deserves rep. That he thinks it's not worth it to place things on too many cool guys. Adam bad enough, says Michael. And what's more, the traits he possesses, he's leading on his pussy. That's what we fathom to be the truth. As time has many doors that open up. Like I hear on the subconscious, it's entirely up to fate. Now no one has this long. But we're weighing on that trust factor. He didn't realize. And after shows we go to venue and stayed plastered on movies. That's not each day we roll one up and light it. That's the adventure and going places and coming back. Are all we did. To not fathom till back they falter. And what's more, after the leading world with the third eye opener, striking that much. And when he's relieved of his attitude he takes me in. And make it worse, no, just a blanket. I'm writing to you all high as fuck, you think? No, I have to not work out of the donut shop. And ask tomorrow to go. And to some working for your mom is good. I just take their word for it. And it's really daunting they get up to the daunt level. Daunting is someone portrays cool. And make it I don't have reasons not to care. But without the future telling us. That's the same excuse not to falter and care less than others. Is there moral code that I can sum up? No more lives lead prospect for others to enjoy. The real laughing joke is a ghost in my room, only in my body. That's not to care things sum up, wrong. To think they'll get it wrong, right? That's nothing if perilous enough if not to be trifled with. Now the thought suffice. Them selfish, doesn't know it. And make matters that I relax enough now. Nothing's the matter if I place on myself a wave of people following. That I hard work knew that and made it about Cameron. And I picture he in Hood Peak? Probably. That's to pull out the memories of his next life. It's Walter. And they could choose to forget lifetimes. Hatred for me. Not even. This is not a drill, you see? And we have the hallucination from a future technology out of my cataclysmic world. I have, in my brain, that at birth my mom was carrying me. And she bumped both our heads. She's not woven by words and I bathe in lining the silver thread of fabric. Time. That's not for anything. I remember to tell Michael to the past me. As a ghost that I recall. I asked for the future to Michael and he says, I'm writing this book. Goes out to everybody. That's alright in case we go into a time dilemma. Shrugging it off, as he will. That's to sew up the masses. All tied by a fabric thread. And that's moral of treason. We're doing oaths, there could be conduct. That's to be telling you rules. I gave everybody and taught time travel, and taught it to others, with which I can get up to the daunt. And that's not a crew name. It's to be the very fabric to tie over a yarn, and make it worth living to meet a new love. Straight out of the subconscious, that matches you with true love.